the palettes they're like fixed palettes. You know, they're not like open to like the general people. They're like veterans, BIPOC, you know, this, that. And I'm just like, look, it doesn't matter who you are. If you want to heal, you're going to heal. It doesn't matter what you categorize yourself, where you put yourself in a group or not. Healing is healing. It doesn't matter if you're this or that or that or this. It's, you know, and that's what I've seen in the psychedelic movement is many divisions amongst, and that's why I like my church. Like I said, it's church of the people, And we are the people, just like all of us here, we're the people. We're all here coming together, and these mushrooms are bringing us together. And that's the way I see it, you know, as us coming together as good people and giving that medicine to the people. Because like I said, a lot of people out there, the palate, I think, it just needs to be better. You know, I'm not saying anyone's doing it bad or worse. Just, why can't people have a better palate? You know, why can't people just have a better palate and be more open too? Like, just be more open to know, like, there's other people out there doing this, and there's other people who are traditional, you know, because that's one thing I love seeing these types of communities, seeing everyone in the mycelium network, seeing everyone all over doing different grows, doing different substrates, doing all these different things. And I love it, you know, but I'm also saying too, is like, that's where I want to bring the component of the natural, because I believe all of us, you know, not just natives, not just everyone, I think, can benefit off of getting truly connected to the earth and the creator, you know, whatever one wants to call the higher power. I believe, you know, when you get in touch with them and you get in touch with Mother Earth, like, your life changes, you know, and it doesn't have to change crazy, you know. I know some people, they do drastic things, but like myself, I made a drastic change, but I don't think it has to be like that for everyone. I think some people are just as simple as being around a community, you know, being around like-minded people that want to be connected to the earth, that want to be part of an open palette and not so closed off, or like, oh, I need only synthetic, or I need only medical, or I only need, it's like, no, man, like, where are you going to get like that? Like, what kind of healing are you going to get? If that's like where you want to be specified with your healing. It's like me, I've never denied anyone at my church. You know, I've had so many people come through, and I'm going to have more, and that's where I hope the whole psychedelic community can see that, you know, because I know everyone's racing for like the top, you know, strains, they're racing for the top substrate, they're racing for the biggest brands, they're racing, you know what I mean? And for me, I kind of got lost in that in the beginning because I was trying to go everywhere and branch myself out. But now I'm at the point where I'm like, there's no need to do that, because people need help. People want help. People want help, whether it's small dose or a big dose. And that's where I'm thinking, you know, that people can start joining on the high dose, because it's there. You know, I mean, it's not that you need to, but I always say, if you want to get there, might as well. You know what I mean? People can microdose all day, which is beautiful. I tried it, but I don't like it, because when I microdose it, it feels like I'm in a ceremony. It feels like I'm on 15, so I'm just like, I can't microdose. I microdosed once in my hall. Like, it just tripled in length, and I was like, man, like, I'm not microdosing. My kids are all asleep, everything. I'm like, no, I can't do this. I'm not about to go in the room. And so, yeah, and that's where I think, you know, if you can teach people also a more simple approach to it, you know, a more simple, sacred approach to it. That's one thing I'm hoping Womfish 101 is just giving people an insight to be sacred and honorable to the medicine. Because I know, not everybody, but I know some people, they're just real wild with their medicines. You know, some people are real wild with their circles and what they do. And for me, I'm like, what's wrong with just adding some respect to it? What's wrong with just adding some more, you know, care to it? You know, because I can easily be loose all day with this medicine and have many different people come to my church and have a sick old psychedelic party, you know what I mean? But it's like, that's not what it is. It's serious. You know, people want help, and that's why I'm hoping, you know, thanking you all for coming and listening today and hearing me out, because I believe that high dose in natural settings is the way to go. You know, I really believe that. I mean, like I said, if you need a safety net or you need someone to hold your hand, that's cool. Some people do need someone to hold their hand. Some people do need someone to be like, hey, it's okay. Like, you're going to be all right. Like, but I've always found the best healing, kind of crying for mama in the dark, you know, you know, going through it. Because that's how it is when I'm in that ceremony and you get it. It's kind of like, you know, I always tell like a mom, you know, mom can be very loving and very kind and very awesome. But mama can also be very, very angry, very stern, you know, very on your ass. You know, let's still look at a lion in the wild, friends, that she could be, you know, having her kids on her breasts, and she can just easily chuck that baby off, you know, and be like, get out of here. Like, I'm resting. Like, let me rest. Let me breathe, you know. So that's how I feel with the children, you know, as children of the earth. You know, we've been running amok for a long time, you know, as we could see in the whole world, you know, with the global warming and pollution and there's all the children running amok, so for me, I believe maybe her kids need an ass whipping, to wake them up, because a lot of people don't realize what they're doing on this earth or how they're affecting everyone else's family. It's not just you. It's not just us. It's a community. It's a collective community of people on this earth. And there's a reason why we're in the turmoil we're in, and that's why I believe that it's a lack of connection to Creator and Mother Earth, or God, or however people want to call it. But I just come from an indigenous perspective, because I always tell people, like the Payamaquichin people, the people of the West, we're some of the oldest people in Southern California. So I always tell people, these are just based off of original human beings that live here. I told my friend this story one time. I said, if these human beings that were living here hundreds of thousands of years prior, before colonization and first contact by Europeans and whatnot, it's like, and they've been living by this natural law, and they were living okay. I'm not going to sit here and act like our life was perfect, because we had wars, we had battles, we were fighting with other tribes. We're human beings. Come on now. Every human being fights and struggles in those senses of community and land and whatever. But where I'm getting at is now it's like, people kind of, I feel like they discredited us. They kind of looked at us as we weren't honest, true people, or like we were kind of not within the, I guess, the way of the church and whatnot. You know what I mean? And well, I could say that's wrong, because I'm right here with my church, with my ways, with my traditions, and helping all these people and withstood, all these traumas and all these pains and things that we've come across as human beings. So I just think that's one of the keys that we're going to need as humans, at least those that want it, because there's humans that, like I said, they want to play it safe. They don't really care, or they're comfortable with that. That's fine. I don't have nothing against people who are happy where they're at, but it's like, also know we're a collective humanity as people that need to help each other and look out for each other, especially if we're all going to be in this psychedelic space. It's like, why can't we come together and actually help each other out versus, at least what I've seen is a lot of people fighting and arguing and trying to get to the top, you know what I mean? And so that's why I'm glad to be around people that are just here, want to be. That's why I came out, because I want to branch out with people. I want to meet, my colleges. I want to meet people who are good growers. I want to meet people who are just good people, because at the church, it's just me and my wife and my kids. I have my members of the church and everything, but it's like, guys live a couple hours away, guys have families, it's all that. So for me, I'm just thankful to be here, and I want to continue to grow the family of the church, because I believe we all can, like I said, benefit off the natural aspect of using these medicines and putting that in our core values of who we are as people. Whether you're a mycologist, your dad, your mom, your daughter, whoever you are, you just put that respect and that simple care for the earth and Creator. I think it takes a long way for people. At least it did for me. Me having that respect and humbleness. It took me all over this country, out of the country. I met with over 500 tribes in that 7-year battle that I was with there in Oak Flat, Arizona. So it's like, I believe these ways, they work. Like I said, they got me here. I had the brother over here, him and Peter, they found me, invited me out, and I'm very thankful for that, because, like I said, I've been kind of going through a lot, just seeing how the psychedelic movement playing out, how people are running to all these charlatans, as they say, you know what I mean? And people call me a charlatan too, but I always say, come take 15 then. You wanna test it? Come take 15. Come take 20. Come take 30. I've done 30 with some Navy SEALs. Let's go do 30. You know what I mean? That's why I'm like, so for me, I don't play those games anymore, because it's like I don't need to get offended by what I do in my yard. I help people at my house, so we have our property. We live on 40 acres, but we have our house here, and then literally like our Wamkish is just right out the door, like right off to the side. So it's really honorable. So just want to share that with you, and thank you.